Foreign Secretary Liz Truss visited Kiev on Thursday in a show of support for the Ukrainian government. She said the response to the Ukraine crisis represents a litmus test for the free world, and that if the West doesn't stand up to Russian aggression, it will embolden not only the Kremlin, but aggressors, authoritarians and autocrats everywhere. The Foreign Secretary warned Russia of tough penalties. She said Western allies had to be ready to accept the economic pain of imposing sanctions for the sake of long-term security.
There would be severe economic costs through an unprecedented package of coordinated sanctions. The United States have been clear that Nord Stream 2 would not go ahead, and Russia would risk creating a prolonged and drawn-out war with a terrible toll which would be borne by the Russian people.
The Foreign Secretary expressed surprise Beijing had aligned itself with Moscow as China claims a policy of non-interference.
If China wants to be seen as a responsible global actor, they should be doing everything possible to ensure that Russia steps back. The world is watching to see whether their actions contribute to peace and stability or to fueling aggression.
As the Foreign Secretary visits Ukraine, NATO defence ministers met in Brussels. The NATO Secretary-General appeared unconvinced the threat of a Russian invasion of Ukraine had lessened and voiced guarded hopes for diplomacy.
Russia has yet again demonstrated its disregard for the principles underpinning European security and its ability and willingness to threaten the use of force in pursuit of its objectives. Unfortunately, I am afraid this is the new normal which we need to be prepared for.
UK Defence Secretary Ben Wallace said that Ukraine was on a pathway toward NATO membership and that London had made it clear to the Kremlin that the alliance's policy of welcoming new members will not change.
NATO's principled open door policy is absolutely clear, and we're not going to change that. The NATO response to the Kremlin's treaty offer was we will not compromise on our values, we won't compromise on our open door policy, and we won't compromise on the core of us, which is the Article 5 self-defence method. We are a self-defence alliance, we're not an offensive alliance.
Wallace said what Britain saw is the opposite of Russia's claims. He said Russian troops increased up to 7,000 over the last 2 days, and a bridge was constructed from Belarus to Ukraine or near Ukraine.
I think we should, as I've said, we'll take them at their word, but we're going to judge Russia by their actions, and at the moment the troop build-up continues.
Maxar Technologies, a private US company that has been tracking the build-up, said satellite images showed that while Russia has pulled back some military equipment from near Ukraine, other hardware has arrived. Eddie Aitken, NTD News.